I'm gonna be straight up with y'all. This team, I enjoy using it a lot. The whole reason why I built this team was because of the fact that there are so many fires, waters, and grasses. This is all meant to be able to break those teams. A lot of them have been mostly weak to Tentacruel, or they don't do well versus Tentacruel. A lot of stage switches are pretty weak to, or at least a lot of team comps are weak to Shadow Dragonair. So Shadow Dragonair is a really good stage switch, man. And then Swampert in the back just is basically the best closer you could have right now, because most teams are double weak or even triple weak to Swampert, and they don't even know it until they see Swampert. This team has been doing so well for me because it got me 2 5-0s and 2 4-1s, and I think 1 3-2. It's the majority of the current meta, which is what people are still trying out. This team can handle them pretty safely, especially with the fact that there are a lot of bulky teams out there right now too, because you got Acid Spray on Tentacruel, and then Shadow Dragonair's Dragon Breath or Swampert with Hydro Cannon can either press your shields or just you can farm down, and it's so nice. So I want to go ahead and get into the videos real quick. So first battle coming in, we got Tentacruel versus Lanturn. Okay, so this is what I do immediately whenever I see a Lanturn lead. Just immediately swap into Dragonair and then bait out right here whatever it is. The stage switch is usually pretty much, it's either like gonna be a flyer or it's gonna be Vigoroth. I notice a lot of the time with this team it's mostly been Vigoroth, just because people are still really comfortable using Vigoroth with Rock Slide. Now this is an open Great League too, so we're gonna go ahead and 2 shield right here. Even though we do win CMP, they're gonna force CMP too, because they do not want to lose that lead. I'm sure that they're kind of panicking, thinking like, what could I have in the back to be able to counter Lanturn? So I'm thinking here, should I 2 shield? And yeah, I will, because they haven't over farmed here at all. So I can actually farm down all the way. You know, they literally had the body slam ready right there, and they bring back in the Lanturn. Now the fact that they brought this back in means that they probably have something that's weak to Dragonair, which I'm totally fine with, because literally if it's weak to Dragonair, it probably means that it's a fire type or a grass type. So either way, look, probably Talonflame in the back, right? Coming up in this next battle here, the second battle of this set, we have Tentacle going into Victreebel, which is exactly where we want to see this. This is either got to be on Tentacruel or on Dragonair, because this cannot be on Swampert, obviously. But we're going to go straight for the Acid Spray, but they swap into Deoxys. So I'm like, you know what? This is going to be kind of rough, because Deoxys has a lot of bulk, but because we get the Acid Spray off, we can now come in with Dragonair. And this is what I was talking about. This is why Acid Spray comes in handy, because people who are running those safe teams with a lot of bulk, like Lickitung, Umbreon, Deoxys, Cresselia, Azu, look, Deoxys is gone. What can they do? What can they do now? They're kind of stuck because they're so used to relying on that bulk, and when you take advantage of that, what can they do? They quit. That's what happens. Disgusting. We're going to go ahead and get into the next battle, battle number 3. Guzzlord lead. Now I'm not sure, I think this might have been the battle where I lost because I wasn't too sure what to do, but I didn't expect to see Guzzlord, but we still have a good chance to play this out. So we're gonna go straight for the Acid Spray, and I'm assuming they gotta have Brutal Swing or Crunch and Dragon Claw. So that first Acid Spray did a lot, so we're gonna go ahead and, you know what, we'll shield up this first move, just because, you know what, we have a decent matchup here. We're not going to really sacrifice it too much. We're going to see if we can get them to swap out, or see if they can throw another move, just kind of pressure them a bit more. And they're going to have another Dragon Claw, but I'm going to see if I can save them. Actually, no, I don't save the move. I go straight for the Scald, and we'll see if they shield or not, just to try to win the lead. They don't shield, which is fine. And then they bring in a Lanturn, so I swap in my Dragonair, and we'll see what they do. They bring in the Poliwrath. Now, Poliwrath has been on almost every other team that I've seen in Great League, because people love its counter Icy Wind damage. So they're just gonna shield out right away, and I'm kind of getting anxious because I wish I held on to my Tentacruel a bit more, because that's where I need this right now. So I just decided to let it go, but that was a huge mistake because I literally don't have any HP on Tentacruel right now. So I should have saved it just so I could do more damage. But the problem is that the fact that we're debuffed already by Icy Wind, even if we had a Dragonair in there, we wouldn't be able to do a lot of damage. And then plus we need the shield for Swampert still. So they're going to go ahead and Icy Wind us again. And since we don't have Tentacruel to swap out into to get rid of the debuff, we're pretty much destroyed here. Which I know for a fact that I probably should have swapped into Dragonair early on, just to pressure the team a bit more. But we're going to go ahead and shield up here and see if Earthquake will be able to do enough damage. And hopefully we can farm down. That's basically our only win con here, is be able to try and get enough damage off on the Lanturn to try and farm down with Mudshot. But they're going to be able to outpace us right here to a Surf. So that's GG's. Well played. I didn't expect a Guzzlord, but they're probably not going to be too common, but it's still kind of an unfortunate matchup right there. But getting into this next game, Whiscash lead. This is also a super common lead because people love running double flyer in the back with this. So I swap immediately into my Dragonair, and they stay in, and they do get off a Mud Bomb, or it could be a Scald before we get to a Body Slam. So we'll shield up, and it is a Scald because people love to run Scald on their Whiscash right now, but they make an excellent swap into Skarmory, knowing to catch the Body Slam, which is crazy. But this battle gets interesting, so we're going to go ahead and get up to the Aqua Tail. They're overcharging a lot right now, I think by at least 2 Steel Wings, and then they do throw right as maybe they throw Sky Attack here. Yeah, easy KO for Dragonair. So we do have a lot of play though. I'm assuming that they probably have another flyer in the back, and it could easily be Talonflame. So we're gonna go ahead and farm up here and get the Skarmory low on HP here. We're gonna go for the Excellent on the Hydro Cannon, and then we're gonna try and catch the. Oh, we actually don't try to catch the move here. So we do shield up just to save our HP because we need our Swampert to get rid of the Whiscash. They go for the Brave Bird and they swap back immediately into their Whiscash, which means that it's probably going to be Talonflame in the back, right? It has to be. So they shield up, and now I know it's like guaranteed whatever's back there is weak to Swampert. So I swap, make sure to count the Mud Shots, and do we catch the Scald? We caught the Scald, chat. So we no attack debuff either, so we could have a chance of getting off our own Scald here. So they're kind of panicking right now, I can tell, because they're trying to get off the damage as fast as they can. But luckily, Tentacruel, this is a rank 1 Tentacruel, chat. So we're surviving those Mud Shots and Mud Bombs pretty nicely, man. So we're gonna go for our Scald here, do we KO? Almost, but you know what? I decide not to try to farm down here because I want to give my Swampert a bit of farm on the Whiscash, but they shouldn't be able to get up another Mud Bomb here. They shouldn't be able to. So they swap immediately back into their own Skarmory. We're gonna see if we can farm down here. That's our other win con, and we do. Mud Shot makes it go down. We'll see what they have in the back. Whiscash is still alive at 1 HP, but I don't think it has a move yet. And what did I say? Talonflame. Talonflame in the back. People love running double flyer, especially the 2 strongest flyers in the league right now, but they do quit. GG's, Trader. GG's. Coming up, this is the final battle. So our final battle is another Lanturn lead. So we'll do the same thing we did before, swap right into Dragonair, and they swap in Vigoroth again. So this team is super, super common. We'll go for the Aqua Tail this time, and then we're going to go ahead and see if we can get a shield here. They do shield up. Every Vigoroth player loves to try and play out the 2 shields because they're thinking that they can win CMP a lot of the time. Shadow Dragonair. Shadow Dragonair is the way. The absolute way. And they try to force CMP yet again. I love when Vigoroth players do this, man, because they always think they can try to play out the 2 shield. You can't. You can't, bro. So I'm going to do the same thing I did before. 2 shield and farm down because they're not overcharging at all. They're just going straight for the Body Slam whenever they get it. So now we're able to farm all the way down yet again, and we'll see what they bring back in. And again, they're bringing back in the Lanturn. So it's got to be Talonflame in the back. We're going to throw the Body Slam, and hopefully we can get to another one because I do love seeing the Body Slam plus Dragon Breath damage on Lanturn, but unfortunately we aren't able to get to another one. But we do bring in our Swampert, and they quit. Dude, I'm telling you, this team is solid. This team is solid, dude. But yeah, this team is super, super solid, chat. I do like running this team a lot just because it's gotten me a bunch of wins lately. It hasn't lost too hard. If I did lose, it's because they made an excellent call on either a bait or they were able to just RPS me. I haven't seen too many Carbink, but when I did, they usually would struggle regardless because of all the water type damage. Alright guys, that's gonna be it for this video. Make sure you guys like and subscribe for more Go Battle League team coverage videos. I'm not too sure how the team is going to work out for, you know, majority of the rest of the week of this meta. Thanks for the follow, by the way, Ghost. Thank you so much. Welcome to Raiders. But this team comp is super nice, and the safe swap is just super, super solid. Make sure you guys try it out.